One, go.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to the STEM Lockdown Digital School. My name is Katla Homative, and I'll be presenting the grade 10 Life Sciences lesson to you guys. Now, remember to use my email address, and I will help you with anything that you guys need help with. So hit me up on my email address for anything relating to life sciences, and I will help you guys. So as you know, we have started with cells and cell division, and we will be continuing with it. And today our lesson will focus on cancer. So this also falls part of cell division. Now, to those who are new, welcome. And for those who have been with us, welcome back, guys. Now, at the end of this lesson, I want you guys to be able to define concepts that are highlighted in bold black, to differentiate between benign and malignant tumors, to know the causes of cancer, to understand the different treatment methods of cancer, and lastly, to correct the beliefs and attitudes that may not be valid. Remember, in our societies, we have different beliefs and attitudes towards almost everything. So you need to be able to correct these beliefs and attitudes towards cancer that may not be valid or that may be invalid. So you guys know of these, I'm sure. Now these are our lesson objectives for today's lesson. Now just to quickly recap. So guys, as you know, yesterday we tried out Kahoot for the first time and it wasn't that bad, even though there were some glitches there and there. And I saw that you guys don't know or have still not gotten the concept of mitosis or the cell cycle as a whole. Now let me recap. We mentioned that the nucleus contains all genetic material of the cell, and a chromosome is made up of chromatids joined together by a centromere. Remember, the DNA is inside of these chromosomes, and we looked at the structure of a chromosome. It has two chromatids joined by a centromere. We also said the cell cycle occurs in two stages, which is the interphase and the mitotic phase, or the M phase. And during interphase, the cell grows and DNA replicates. So interphase takes up most of the time of the cell cycle because during this phase, the cell grows and DNA replicates. Now, in the mitotic phase, there are two processes that occur. That is mitosis and cytokinesis. For mitosis, we said it has four broad phases that take place during its occurrence. So during mitosis, four broad phases take place, and these are the prophase, the metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. The acronym to remember all these phases is IPMAT. IPMAT. So I is for interphase. All right, so let's look at prophase. During prophase, the nuclear membrane of the nucleus disintegrates or disappears or breaks up, and the chromatin network condenses or it untangles, and we start to see the chromosome. So chromosome starts to get visible. And centrioles then move to the poles. Remember, what is attached to centrioles are spindle fibers. So this is during prophase. Now during metaphase, these chromosomes then line up in the middle of the cell or the equator of the cell, and the spindle fibers connect to these chromosomes or join these chromosomes by its centromere. So spindle fibers from centrioles connect to chromosomes by their centromeres at the center of the chromosomes, used by the centromeres. And or torn apart into chromatids. So fibers shorten. So during anaphase, the spindle fibers shorten and the chromatids are pulled towards the poles. So as these chromatids are pulled towards the poles, we now call them single-stranded sister chromosomes or single-stranded chromosomes. So as these chromatids are pulled towards the poles, they are called single-stranded sister chromosomes or just sister chromosomes. Then during telophase, the nuclear membrane then reappears and the cell then divides into two, starts to divide into two, and that is during telophase. So mitosis is a type of cell division, or you can say it is the nuclear division because the nucleus is dividing during mitosis, where one cell divides and it produces two identical daughter cells. Now, these identical daughter cells have the same number and type of chromosomes as the parent cell. So if you look at this diagram here for metaphase, we have 4 chromosomes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as anaphase occurs, chromatids are pulled apart, and during telophase, these chromatids, which are now called sister chromosomes, are now divided into or split into 2 cells. So for one daughter cell, we have 4 sister chromosomes. This is the same number and the same type of chromosomes as those of the parent cell. Remember, in the parent cell, we had 4. So during mitosis, chromatin material stays the same, as well as the chromosome number and type. So chromosome numbers and types stay the same, as well as the chromatin material. So 3 roles of mitosis are growth, repair, and reproduction. That is all on mitosis. And then we have this, the parent cell with 10 chromosomes. And we have daughter cells with also 10 chromosomes each. And this is just the process of mitosis. Now to describe it, we said 10 chromosomes, which equals 20 chromatids. Remember, one chromosome has 2 chromatids joined together by the centromere. So as we can say there are 20 chromatids. So as they line up at the equator, they will be divided by 2 during anaphase. And this will result in 10 chromatids for each daughter cell. And remember, these chromatids are then called sister chromosomes. That is why we say we have 10 chromosomes for each daughter cell that is equal to those of the parent cell. So the 10 is just 20 chromatids divided by 2 during anaphase, which will lead to 10 chromatids, which are then called sister chromosomes. Now that is mitosis. Remember that. Remember, guys, During your activity on Kahoot, most of you did not get a question correct. That was on the number of chromosomes. So this is how you get that. Are we on the same page, guys? If you have any questions, you may raise your hand or you may just use the chat box to reply or to ask. So is everyone fine with mitosis? All right, so I see a few yeses. Now, tomorrow we will have another exercise or quiz on Kahoot, and I hope all of you will get it right or will get everything correct. Now, cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is another process during the mitotic phase, and it is not a stage of mitosis, but the process of the cytoplasm splitting into two. So cytokinesis is just the cytoplasm division. So in an animal cell, the cell membrane constricts, and this infolding of the cytoplasm divides the cell into two. So in animal cells, the cell membrane constricts and then cytoplasm divides the cells into two. But in plant cells, cytokinesis is different because a cross wall is formed by the cell plate dividing the cytoplasm into two. Now this cell plate forms the cell wall. Remember, the animal cell does not have a cell wall and only the cell membrane. That is why the cell membrane constricts and divides the cell into two. But for plant cells, a cross wall is formed or a cell wall is formed by the cell plate dividing the cytoplasm in two. So that is cytokinesis. It is the cytoplasm division, and mitosis is nuclear division. Nkosipila is asking why. Just elaborate on that question. Why what? I don't understand the why. For which part? So Ashley is typing out. We'll give her a few seconds. Oh, why is it supposed to be two cells? Because we are multiplying the number of cells. So one cell can only give rise to two cells. And those two cells will give rise to more two cells each. So that is how it is. It just gives rise to two cells. That is nature, I guess. And how scientists discovered it. Okay. So all of these are based on why mitosis, why. All right, so that is all on mitosis. Just the cancer cell division
Leonard, please stand by for us. It seems as if Miss is having an internet issue. There she's back.
Right, guys, I'm back. It just went off again. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, cancer is a group of diseases characterized by uncontrolled cell division, which leads to the growth of abnormal tissues. Remember, many cells working together make tissues, and many tissues working together result in organs, and many organs working together that make a system, and the process goes. So this means that a cancer is essentially a disease of mitosis. So uncontrolled cell division, which leads to a growth of abnormal tissues, is cancer. This means that, remember, mitosis is a type of cell division. So if it is uncontrolled, then it means cancer is a disease of this division or mitosis. So cancer begins when a single cell is transformed or converted from a normal cell to a cancer cell. So cancer cells grow and divide uncontrollably to form a mass of cancer cells called a tumor. So as you can see, tumor is in bold black. Take note of that term. So these cancer cells, as they are dividing uncontrollably, they form a mass, and this mass is called a tumor. So many of you have heard of this term before. And as this tumor grows, they squash healthy cells and steal their nutrients, preventing them from working normally. So as these tumors grow, they squash healthy cells, stealing their nutrients and preventing them from working normally. And that is how they grow. So they grow by squashing healthy cells and stealing their nutrients. So we have two types of tumors. We have the benign tumors and the malignant tumors. You guys should know the difference of these two. So benign tumors are cancerous cells or non-cancerous cells. Some textbooks may say non-cancerous, found at the original site that do not move through the body. So these cells do not move through the body. So these tumors are found at a certain site and they do not move. Cells of these tumors do not move throughout the body. An example of benign tumors are your fibroids. Maybe some of you have heard of fibroids. Fibroids are examples of benign tumors. They are non-cancerous and can then later become cancerous. That is why most textbooks will say they are non-cancerous, because some may become they may become cancerous at a later stage. Then we have malignant tumors. Now these tumors leave the original site and move throughout the body, invading other tissues and organs. So malignant tumors leave the original site and move throughout the body, invading other organs and tissues. Now, who can give us examples of malignant tumors? Remember, they can say you have a certain type of cancer and it's spread to another organ. That is your malignant tumors. So these tumors or cells or cancerous cells, they may hide themselves. So as they spread to other organs, doctors may not see them at the other sites and only see them at the original sites. And when they think that they have cured the tumor, it will then later appear that it has spread to other parts of the body or other organs, and then the person has to undergo treatment again. I think you have heard of that. Who can give us examples of malignant tumors? Skin cancer, liver, lung. So if you have lung cancer or liver cancer or skin cancer, that is a type of malignant tumors. Thank you, guys. Now, these cancer cells differ from normal cells in a number of ways. So cancer cells don't listen to signals to stop growing. So normal cells listen to signals from the body to stop growing and dividing. However, cancer cells do not respond to these signals from the body and they keep on dividing. Remember, we said cancer cells or cancer is an uncontrollable cell division. So they do not respond to these signals. And number two, cancer cells grow new blood vessels. So as the tumor grows larger, it begins to release proteins from the cell, new blood vessels. So blood vessels then draw nutrients away from healthy cells and therefore starve them while allowing the growth of the tumor. So the new blood cells also enable cancer cells to enter the bloodstream and spread to other parts of the body. So you might ask yourself how these cells spreads to other parts of the body. So they grow new blood vessels, and these new blood vessels enable these cancer cells to enter the bloodstream and spread to other parts of the body. So cancer cells spread around the body. These are your malignant tumors. So another feature of cancer cells is that they can spread around the body, and we call this metastasis. So they metastasize. So they metastasize. And we said tumors that metastasize or cells that metastasize are called, or they form malignant tumors. So cancer cells can spread to surrounding tissues via bloodstream or via the lymph system or lymphatic system. So any questions on this part? So signals are from enzymes, from certain enzymes in our bodies. Might be asking yourselves, what do we mean by they don't listen to signals? Now, causes of cancer. So all causes of cancer are not fully understood by scientists. However, it is clear that cancer is not caused by a single factor, but rather multiple factors. And these factors can be combined. So some viruses can increase the likelihood of getting a certain type of cancer, such as the hepatitis B and C, which causes liver cancer. Or another virus can be the HPV virus, and it can cause ovarian cancer. So HPV is the human papilloma virus. And that is the most common sexually transmitted infection. So HPV can cause or lead to ovarian cancer. And ovarian cancer is in women because women have ovaries. So another factor is that we have genetic factors responsible for a number of human cancers, such as the breast cancer. Remember that it can be hereditary. So those are genetic factors. The exposure. Oh, what about men? So in men, it can cause penile cancer. Can cause penile cancer. And for both male and females, it can cause cancer in the throat or at the back of your throat. Okay. Are you fine, Kosipile? So there are also genetic factors responsible for a number of human cancers, such as the breast cancer. Remember, it can be hereditary, or it is hereditary. So it can cause breast cancer in both males and females. And cancer is caused by the exposure of or to agents called carcinogens. So take note of that. You might be asked to define this term. So carcinogens are cancer-causing agents. So they cause cancer by damaging the DNA, which can no longer code for the important regulatory functions of the cell cycle. So they damage the DNA, which can no longer code for the important regulatory functions of the cell cycle. So these are the signals. These are the signals we're talking about. They damage the DNA. It can no longer code for important regulatory functions of the cell cycle. So examples of carcinogens are radiation, smoking, hormonal imbalance,
Yeah. Learners, please stand by for us. Is experiencing serious problems today. We'll continue shortly.
We are now back, ne?
Yes, ma'am, you're loud and clear and your screen is full screen. You can continue.
Thank you. Yo guys, sorry about that again. Almost any tissue in our and the different kinds of cancers we have
Ek gaan die klas end. Learners, it's 12:36 at the moment. I think let's call this class a day. We will continue tomorrow. Ma'am is having serious problems trying to get connected and the network is not stable on her side. So apologies for that. But we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And enjoy the rest of this afternoon's e-classes. Thank you for also participating in the chat box. I really appreciate it. Bye, guys.